Hey guys, and welcome to another episode where we're going to go through our questions and responses. We even had a listing review here, which wasn't even one of those kind where we didn't have a lot of positive feedback. So if you've ever wondered what a listing could look like, and it might encourage you a little bit to watch it, because what you'll learn is that right now in this marketplace, you just have to be present. You don't have to be great. You don't even have to be good. You can still earn some money just by being present, but we give a ton of feedback on how to improve that listing. Also, for those of you who have never joined us inside of our Facebook group or inside of the community, you'll be able to figure out why a number of individuals have decided to partner with us to go out there and build their future. Anywhere from, having designed and sold clothes before to dentistry. There are people of all kinds that are practicing short-term rentals and going out there to make it their absolute best business possible. So hopefully you enjoy the content. Feel free to comment below if you've got some additional questions. We'll do our best to make sure that we can get those answered. We did have a small bit of technical difficulty. We did a little bit better than normal. So hopefully you can forgive us for that as we continue to get better. But at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure that you still had an opportunity to get the content. So here we go. All right, peoples, how you doing today? Hopefully things are going well. We are doing our best to upgrade and do better technical stuff. So we're going to test something real fast because I know the last time we tried this and there was two of us here, we had a little issue with the microphone. So we're going to try it one more time and we'll see how this goes. So hopefully there is no echo. Echo? Is there echo?
Is there an echo?
I don't know. We won't know until you tell us. So that's what we need to know.
Hey, Janon, welcome. Thanks for coming. If you can hear an echo, please let us know.
Yeah, because otherwise we don't know. We're doing our best. Hey, Sue Ann, how are you? Sarah, I see you. Troy Rice Della is joining us today. That's awesome as well. Mike Lawrence and that's right. You said hi to Janon already. Mm-hmm. I'm not seeing anyone say anything about an echo, so I'm gonna go for okay. I guess it's working.
How about can you hear us? If you can hear us, give us a thumbs up.
I know, right? No echo. They're saying no echo. No echo.
Yeah,
so this is perfect.
Love it. We got the technology down.
Right? What's
Thanks
up
to
with
Live
that?
Streaming Pros. If you want to learn how to live stream, visit livestreamingpros.com. Just not right now.
Yes, totally. That's exactly what we were doing. I was making sure that we can do it now. For somebody who wants to join us live, feel free to come and you can click cashflowdiary.com /live link. Again, any non-iOS browser, non-iOS Chrome browser, sorry, to be specific, go to cashflowdiary.com /live link and you can join us live with questions. Here's how we're rolling today. Your questions are going to be what we respond to, as you saw in the title. Today is Decision Day.
Yep. Decision
Day 2018. What does that mean? That means I hope you made at least one decision to go vote today, and hopefully you made the whatever you feel to be the right decision. But at the same time, I hope one of the things you're voting for right now, not only by being here, but by also asking questions and participating, is making sure that you get your business off the ground. That's the only reason we're here, because we could keep running the business without having to do questions and answers, but we're here for you to make sure that you get them answered. So make sure you're typing in the chat room because I'm scanning. If for some reason we're not answering your questions, because we probably don't see it. So just keep typing. Rebecca says double J. Double J?
Double J. I don't know.
What is double J?
I don't know. She'll explain it though.
Does she know your middle name is Joseph?
Possibly.
That might be it. That would be the only thing. That would be the only.
Was on the live stream today.
That would be the only thing that would make sense at the end of the day. Anyway, guys. So let's.
Oh, double J. We have J in two places.
Got it.
We got it now. We're a little slow.
Yeah, don't jinx it. No problem, Janon. So, guys, go ahead and type those questions in, or you can feel free to join us live, as we said, cashflowdiary.com /live link. Let me see if anybody.
So, guys,
Oh, go ahead, bro.
We got 2 special things we want to do today. In addition to,
I forgot what those were.
Yes, I didn't forget. But 2 special things. In addition to the Q&A, so the questions that you have, please put them in the chat box, and we will definitely get to them. We want to do two things. The first is we want to continue our live reviews. So we will pick one. We're going to pick one listing to review. So put them in the chat box there. We're going to pick it random. So please, if you're the first one, you don't get picked. Sorry. But we're going to pick a random one. And then second, we understand that there are a lot of you who have launched your business, who jumped in with Jay's course. You took the course. You did what it said. You launched your business. You're being super successful. And we also have a lot of people on the live stream today who are part of our mastery group, and they haven't dipped their toes in yet. And so I thought it'd be a really good idea for those students who are running a business, short-term rental business right now, to talk about how they came to the decision to actually jump in head first. So what's your why? And tell us, what was a catalyst that kind of pushed you off the edge and said, this is something that I need to do for my life. I know what my reasons were, but we can do this. We can do this a couple different ways.
Why don't we start with your reasons? That way they can. Yeah.
I am. Okay. Yeah. But while I'm talking about my reasons, there's 2 ways that you can give us your feedback. One is through the chat box, but we'd also love to hear from you live. Yep. So as Jay mentioned a moment ago, head over to cashflowdiary.com/live link from any non-iOS
browser. Yes, non-iOS browser. We have Davey here, actually, who has managed to join us live. So let's see. Give me 1 second, Davey. I will get you on here. It takes a little bit of clicking to make that all happen.
Yeah. And as he's doing that, I'll tell you what pushed me over the edge. And by the way, we're going to try it since we have so many of us. And I know personally from talking to you guys, so many inspiring stories, try to keep it down to, say, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And I will try to do that because my story is super long. But it came down to a couple of things. One was having a long, what I would consider successful marketing career in the corporate world, and yet realizing that I was never in control of my own destiny. No matter how well I did and how I rose up the ranks and how big the companies I worked for that I helped grow, I was just one decision away from being out of a job and an income at any given point in time. And then that was the second thing, was it had to do with the money aspect of my life and of my family. I didn't feel that I was ever able to really get ahead. And I saw the business as a way to continually pay myself as much or as little as I want, and to grow the business really to any size that I wanted to. And for me, it was about taking the little that I had at that time and investing it into my future, and making it grow. That, to me, that's kind of just a fun concept, to be honest with you. Right. Being able to take a little bit and grow it into a lot. And while it still has the concept of hard work that you would have, let's say, in a job where you're employed by somebody else, it all comes down to how hard you're willing to work and invest in yourself.
100%. Let's give him a little round of applause because at the end of the day, it does take some guts to make that happen. So we've got you there, Davey. So why don't you hold on a second? Yes. Okay, Davey, what's up? Oh, I muted you. My bad. Now I'll go.
How are you?
I'm good so far.
Okay, great. Can you take us into your processes and operations manuals, or system that you have that you put in front of your employees and virtual assistants to kind of take you out of the business a little bit?
Okay, can you be more specific? Like is there a particular process or something that you're referring to?
Yeah, I'm trying to hire VAs, but I'm having a tough time creating a system for them, because it seems that the ones that I'm dealing with in the Philippines and overseas, every single thing has to be put out for them, right? I can't just tell them, when a customer or when a guest asks a question about the inside of the unit, how many bedrooms and bathrooms, and how's the the living room, how does it look? I can't just tell them like, go here, go look at this document, or go do this. Like, I need like everything clearly like written out for them.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. Okay, I think I got it. So here's the deal. What it comes down to for you and for all of us, all right, is and it was said, okay, so there's an episode of the podcast that's coming out soon. The guest name is Aaron Walker. All right, his name is Aaron Walker. I want everybody to listen to it. But let me switch. Can you let me see. For those of you who have access to the mastermind, inside the mastermind there's an entire section that many of us have ignored. And it's under the business building section. And it talks about exactly what Davey's talking to me about right now. How to build each one of your processes step by step. It literally, we have videos with step-by-step guides of exactly how to build out your processes so that someone else can do them. It's actually already there, and it's in your dashboard, and I believe it's module number 6 or 7, and that's what it comes down to. Now, practically, that's what you need to do, but let me tell you on the other end, what it comes down to is that for me and for you and all of us, what we're going to have to do, and this is how I'm doing it, so that you know. I have a higher level person. I didn't want to start with the Philippines and manage them. So what I did is that I got someone else who could just instantly jump in, who I could communicate with back and forth. And what I've been doing with her is running her through the processes every day. And for every, and then as she continues to ask the questions, I answer them, but I only answer them once, and I have them documented via Zoom. So for example, I show her how to do a process one time, usually via Zoom. We record that, and that becomes for her how she needs to do it. Then her job becomes twofold. 1, do it. 2, document it so that when we go hire the team in the Philippines, it's actually done on our Trello board. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who is this person? Is she a local? Or
No, she's in Canada.
She's in Canada.
Yeah, so the person who's doing that with me right now is in Canada, but she's really good at understanding, how to deal with customers and people, which we all know is not necessarily my strength, more like that guy over there. Anyway, but what she's doing is she's doing the work and documenting what she's doing so that when we go back and I start bringing on the people in the Philippines, she can then supervise them to make sure that they're doing it the way that it needs to be done based upon exactly how I've trained her to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what we've been doing, and that's what it comes down to. Now, here's the thing. This is the rub I want you to think about. For every hour of day-to-day activities that you are physically doing, you should mentally prepare yourself to train someone for at least 30 hours. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to get it the first time, because you didn't get it the first time, right? You had to learn it. But once it was learned, it's yours. But now you've got to transfer that information. And this is one of the reasons why I like doing things via Zoom, so that I can, though that the basics of the process are already down. And anytime that's missed, it's very clear. But when they have questions about that process, we can either modify and adjust as needed. Okay. This is also why things like Vivint are important, because when you're starting to scale your business, you want an online portal to where anyone can change access at any time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two things with that. I appreciate it. One is, are you paying her a relatively high wage, or like a normal Canadian wage?
Yes.
Your high level assistant?
Yes.
Okay. And
$45 per hour Canadian. To be specific.
Oh wow! So she's really high level.
Yes, because I knew this. If my business is going to depend on me to actually stop, sit down, and document these processes, I already know it's not going to happen. Okay. I have proven that to myself time and again.
How many hours a week do you have her work, and how many hours a day is she working?
I don't care as long as the system gets documented. Does that make sense?
So is she there just to document the system?
No, she's there to do it and document. So I know how long it takes to physically do it because I've done that. So I know that that's 90 minutes a day. That's the 90 minutes a day I've always talked about, right? So I know how much time she's spending on that. And then she's taking our recordings and she's taking what she's learning and documenting that on the Trello board for then the person in the Philippines to follow.
Oh, I see. So you've got like your operations manual is your Trello board with Zoom.
Yes.
Zoom and Trello are your operations.
Yes, but that's the free way to do it. Again, when you go through the dashboard that we've already prepared for you, you can see other ways of documenting systems because we've put them there for you.
And when the operations manual is complete and you think you're ready to hire a bunch of people in the Philippines, are you going to get rid of her or?
No, I wasn't, because they're still going to need to be supervised. They're still going to need to be a supervisor. So before I would even replace her, she would need to train a supervisor. Does that make sense? So yes, we can have a staff of people who know how to do the work, but then we need another person who knows how to supervise the work. Then at that point, we either need to find a better position for her or grow. Because at the end of the day, that's also assuming we don't add any more units, which we all know is highly unlikely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm definitely gonna check that out because I need a manager.
Yes, you do. That's why I started with the manager, because I knew if it was up to me to manage them, that was not going to be a pleasant experience for them. And if it was up to me to document it, I was going to get frustrated because detail is not my strong suit. So I was like, you know what? I need someone who I can train verbally to just do it and then have them document what they did. And that would make it easier for me. Yes, it's more expensive. It's an investment up front, but at least it gets done. And then that system now can become more scalable as we continue to approach our unit goal.
Okay, but just to understand the hours, because I'm trying to figure out the hours.
Probably 20 hours a month is spent specifically when it comes to the short-term rental business.
And for your day-to-day operations of like where you need people to respond and do like the day-to-day, like the help that you need, do you have somebody working like 9 to 5 or even like longer?
She's doing that right now during the day, and I am covering quote unquote the night shift. But for the most part, there's not much to do.
What about the weekends?
It depends if she's available or not. She's covered some weekends, and sometimes it's just me, but it's not. Again, it's if you have a lot of your systems automated, there's very little to be done. Because we don't get a lot of arrivals on Saturdays. We get a lot of departures on Sundays, some arrivals on Sundays. And it's mostly working with the cleaning crew on over the weekend anytime something comes up.
Does she deal with your cleaning crew as well? Like
yes, that's what she's learning how to. She's right now learning how to interface with the cleaning crew and our runners, and then she'll be interfacing with the landlords and maintenance soon.
Awesome. All right, great. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. That's what we do. That's what we do. So well, now that we've got you, so we've got to ask you the question: what on earth excited you about short-term rentals? Why did you even bother?
I just love like the world of that this brings us into.
What were you doing before?
I had a women's fashion company before this.
Did you say women's fashion?
Yeah, women's fashion. yeah.
Okay. All right. He's selling clothes on the catwalk?
Huh?
He's selling clothes on the catwalk?
It was online.
Oh, okay. Like Amazon or something else?
No, like I had my own website. I started when I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I started this business when I was 16 and went strong for like 20 years, like 19 years. And then it started, I was losing money like the last 2 years. And then like 4 years ago, this business fell on my lap.
Interesting. So what was attractive that said, you know what, I'm done with clothing. I'm going over here.
Well, I had to be done with clothing because like that business was failing. Like,
okay.
I was like,
so you were forced.
Yeah, I was working for free.
But you could have done anything though.
Yeah. Well, I was doing a lot of show business type of stuff, like a lot of stand-up comedy, a lot of acting, like the whole thing.
You're a stand-up comedian? Oh, this is good. This is just getting better.
Yeah. So, that helped me to like. If you don't have a sense of humor dealing with Airbnb guests, you're gonna be pretty messed up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we ask him to tell a joke? You got any clean ones? No, I'm just kidding, man. It's all good. It's all good. Is it too high for you, Rob?
Yeah, I'm short. I gotta lower it.
He's lowering the desk again. Short
Right.
people, man. Why do I work with short people? Okay, that's good. I like it. All right, no problem. I would have never said this is the perfect business for stand-up comedians, but I
Oh,
guess so.
oh man, God, yeah, you have to say in this world, God.
No doubt, no doubt. That's awesome. Cool. Well, I definitely appreciate you being here, being a part of the community, of course, and keep the questions coming anytime you got them.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for coming.
So, go ahead, bro.
All right, so we do have a couple of questions that have come in.
Oh.
Janon has one, and she says, "Is November just slow, or should I start looking in some funnel builders, Facebook ads to drive traffic, or just keep lowering prices to get more reviews?" So, Janon, I would say in our geography, so I know you operate in the same area that we do, November is a slow month.
Crickets.
There's a couple of slow months.
February is the other one.
Yep, February is the other one. And it does not mean that you can't get your occupancy rate or levels higher if you want to. But yes, it will require lowering prices and or just getting creative in how you do that. I love the fact that that you actually have the idea of building some funnels and Facebook ads to drive traffic. That is awesome. But if you would recall from the event we had a couple of months ago, there's a very affordable way to do that. And that is something that you'll probably want to focus on later on in your short-term rental journey. So right now I would focus on your pricing strategies.
Excellent. Yeah, and understand at the end of the day, November is November, especially the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks are by far the worst part of November, and it is tooth and nail. And not that I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just telling you this is normal, so it's not you. Okay, number one. Number two, February is worse. So hey, if it makes you feel any better, probably doesn't, but you'll be more prepared for it. I know that first November I went through. I was like, I don't think this business works. I don't think it's going to work. I can't do this. This isn't going to work.
I was almost crying on the phone.
Yeah, that's true too.
Just being real.
True.
That came in December, but I mean, the fear started and panic started setting in November.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and I would actually, one thing I do want to point out too is that the question in and of itself, if it's being asked out of motivation of money and cash flow, then we definitely also want to mention the importance of the profit first system. Because if you're following profit first and you've been in business for any amount of time leading up to a slow month, let's say 3, 4, 5 months leading up to a slow month, then you're going to have the reserves to be able to sustain that slow month without any type of fear or anxiety or stress.
Yep. And it's a process, even if you've just started, because I did this too, and I started 6 units at one time. Well, I started 1 in December, and then I started 5 in January, which is a challenge to start new units during low season. But there's still a benefit. There's a benefit no matter the season, but it was a challenge, and it's just something that you have to learn to be prepared for, whether it's you're a low season or high season. Because for some of you, like in those cold places, now is your high season because people are like coming and skiing and doing those things, and that's good. At the end of the day, you've got to put yourself in a situation in which to have a high revenue business. Now, that may mean you may not make as much, and you're discounting to make sure you get your reservations. There's nothing wrong with doing that right now, especially if you've just started, and that's what you're feeling. So I'd rather you have occupancy than not. And that's exactly what I did, especially my first low seasons, is that I slanted towards, let's just get somebody in there. And because that would make me feel better and I would lose less money, if that makes sense. And ultimately it ended up working out because I ended up making more money because we were willing to discount towards the beginning of November. We would make it up towards the Thanksgiving style times. So those are the things that it really comes down to. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. And Janon actually asked a follow-up question with regards to when I said think about the Facebook ads later on.
Oh,
Was that with referring to brand and service? So the answer is yes, it was referring to brand and service.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are not familiar with it, did you ever officially announce that to the group?
Not yet.
No. Should I stop talking?
Yes.
I should stop talking.
Yeah. It's okay.
But what I will say though is with regards to Facebook ads, so I can give some general information with regards to Facebook ads. It's really easy to think you know who your audience is and be pretty good at taking a picture and writing an ad. But what you'll find oftentimes, especially this time of year where you're going to pay 2, 3, even 4x of what an ad will typically cost you, say like in February, March.
Yeah,
April
now is the wrong time to start that.
A, right now is the wrong time to start a Facebook ad campaign. B, if you do not have what's called a custom audience already built, you're going to waste all of your money.
Yeah.
And so custom audience is essentially if you have a database of customers, let's say by email address or people who have visited your website, you can use Facebook to basically cherry pick out of all of those users the people that most closely match the people that have already interacted with your business. So let's say you had 1,000 people go to your website last month, and you have the Facebook pixel tracking code on your website. Then what you can do is build an audience based on the profiles of those 1,000 people that have visited your website, and Facebook will basically say, here are the million people or the 100,000 people that are closest to the 1,000 that went to your website, as opposed to you trying to message 1.5 billion people.
Yes, your message would get lost quick, and that gets
and all
really
your money would be gone. Like
expensive, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, but this is also, guys, always why we want to be building for direct business. At the end of the day, we're always building for direct business. That's the goal, is to become listing site independent, so that you have the majority of your business being repeat business in some way, shape, or form. And yes, you may eventually build a sales department, for lack of a better way of putting it. But for now, the platforms are your sales department, and that's completely 100% okay. So if you haven't already, feel free to come join us live. Go to cashflowdiary.com/live, link any Chrome browser on a non-iOS device. Was there another question or no?
Yeah, we do have another question.
I
And I
see
will
it.
let you tackle this one. It's a bit of a beast.
What is it?
And it has to do with setting up your business,
Got it.
websites, emails, all that fun stuff. But
I see it right there. So it's a question from John. He was asking basically what he was trying to, it sounds like he's trying to set up his website and make some decisions about what domain name, about his business phone number, and etc. So so for all of you who are part of, I believe we have a product called what is it called? It's a digital marketing product where we literally go through which hosting, which all of that.
Digital marketing mastermind, isn't it?
Yes, the digital marketing mastermind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was like, what was the name of that thing?
It's funny because I just looked at the page today.
It's like, what's it called? So yes, where all of that information is in there. If you don't have that, tag Della. She can definitely tell you what it takes to be a part of that. But here it is in short form. When it comes to you've got many choices when it comes to the domain name. Ultimately, for most of you, especially if this is for your short-term rental business, what I have been recommending to people is it's going to be a part of your PMS system, your property management system, because that's going to give it a direct tie-in to the calendar system. Now, for some of you, you maybe want to start on a WordPress site and then use a widget of some kind. But for now, for the fastest go-to-market strategy, you're going to be using a template from your property management service, and you're just going to get a domain name. I honestly don't care where you get the domain name. I just care that you get the domain name. Robert has an opinion about that. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to the business phone number, I have preferred RingCentral for quite some time. I've also used Grasshopper. I have found that the features that you need for a short-term rental business are better served with RingCentral, because you can set up things like phone trees and queues, etc. That are way more customizable, especially as you begin to scale your business to the virtual assistant size and you're starting to use people in other countries. What were you going to say about the domain?
Yeah, I'll make this really easy for you guys. Go to domains.google.com. Most domains you can purchase for $12. and then set up an email address associated to that domain, which will cost you $5 per month. And so basically for $17 to start and $5 per month thereafter, you can have your URL or your domain name and your email address. So right off the bat, when you're interacting with landlords, for instance, you appear much more professional. And it's extremely easy to manage, and you get a ton of free services with Google Business, and that $5 a month, that makes it totally worth it. It takes a couple of minutes to set up. So do that.
Yeah. That's really, I mean,
and then later on, some of the questions you have with regards to hosting, all that comes later on when you're building your standalone website,
right,
which, as Jay just mentioned, is irrelevant if you use a templated website from one of the property management systems.
Yeah, you're just going to make it more challenging for the beginning. And right now you need to be focused on generating that revenue and making that happen. Oh, looks like we have another person trying to join us live. Let's go.
Love it.
Let's see. Give me 1 second and I will bring you on. It's Sue Ann. I don't think I've ever spoken to Sue Ann. This is exciting now. I'm like, ooh, new person. Okay. And there we go. Hey, Sue Ann, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Super awesome. Can hear you great.
Perfect. What's up? Who's that behind you? Someone.
Saeed's here.
Saeed?
And Avery's here.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yes.
It's a family affair. I like it.
Yes.
How can we help?
We actually wanted to call and share. Rob had mentioned earlier about joining to share your why.
Absolutely.
And we thought we'd, join to share with you guys.
Please.
Our why basically is everybody in this room being able to spend as much time together as possible. So that's why we started. Saeed first got introduced to the program through a podcast.
Yeah, I was listening to Kevin Buck's podcast.
Oh,
You
wow.
were a guest on it. And you had mentioned how short-term rentals were, you were taking off with it. It was something that you were super excited about. And what clicked for me is you gave an example early on about how, the packaging the water bottle thing and how you can, and once you made that analogy, I said, okay, I want to get involved in real estate, and this is how it's going to happen. And so from that point on, we've been taking all the steps forward to become financially free.
That is awesome to hear.
That was actually one of my favorite examples too. It made it so simple to understand. Oh yeah.
Who knew? This is good. And what part of the country are you guys in?
We're actually in New Jersey, so we're 30 minutes outside of New York City. We have one unit that's actually in a 2-family house that we own, and actually 2 more units, one that we just got pictures taken for yesterday, and another one in downtown Newark. Which
we reviewed one of yours, didn't we?
did.
Yes, I remember now.
Yeah,
It just clicked. I was like, yes, because you had like the photos, those initial photos. We just stopped and we're like, that was awesome.
Someone follow the system.
I remember that. I was like, yeah, and you had the older TV on the wall or a different TV on the wall.
So the funny thing, it is a different TV than you recommend.
Yeah.
You put a Vizio up, right?
What's it called?
Vizio?
Roku TV. It is.
Okay.
It's a Vizio.
It's a Vizio. Yeah. See, that's what it looked like. Yeah. That's fine. I just know you can't fool me. I know that's not the same. I know what I recommended, and I'm like, that ain't quite it, but that's okay. It's okay. But that's good stuff. I'm proud of you guys. That was really, really good photos. Whoever your photographer was, keep them, for sure. Pay them well because they crushed it for you in ways that I've not seen in a long time. I was like, wow, that was amazing. I remember that now. And you're in New Jersey, hyper friendly state for what you guys are up to. So this is good. So how many units you at?
So we've signed for 3. We have 1 that's live. We actually put up our coming soon photo for the second one and got booking, which was like amazing.
That's exactly what's supposed to happen. I love it. 100%. That's right.
So by the end of this month, we'll be 3 units strong and counting.
Excellent. Straight into the new year.
That is awesome.
That's good stuff.
Congratulations, guys.
That's the kind of stuff that changes your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So
I appreciate you.
You know what I love too about that number 3 is that when you get to 3 or 4 units and you realize, like, I can do this profitably every month in every unit, and I'm spending like the same amount of time on 3 units as I was on 2 units as I was on 1 unit, I might as well get 3 more.
So ready for more. Yep. So ready for more.
That's so awesome. I appreciate you guys. Even, is it cold out there already?
It's not as cold as you would imagine. Very rainy today.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, stay dry, stay warm, but I don't think it's going to keep people away anyway. So I thank you for coming to share. Thank you for just going out there and making it happen.
Absolutely, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, guys. So for those of you who just joined us or weren't here in the very beginning, we've got a couple of pinned. We have a pinned comment at the top of the feed here, and if you're a cash flow or a short-term rental student, whether the Blueprint or the Mastermind, and you actually have at least one rental in the marketplace, we want to hear your why. We want to share. We want you to share with some folks in the Mastery group what it took for you to get in this business, why you got in this business, and some of the success that you're having so far.
And with that being said, I know some of you may not even know exactly how they got in there. We have a presentation where you're listening to, like, how did these people learn all this stuff? We've prepared a presentation for you. It's very short, but very informative. Take some notes. Be ready to take action. You can go to cashflowdiary.com/star for those of you who haven't seen it, because at the end of the day, nothing changes. Literally nothing changes. Our goal is to make sure that more entrepreneurs get created. And that's where it starts. That's literally where it starts for everybody. And we want to make sure that you have an opportunity to put yourself in a very similar position. Because when you have this interest in real estate and you've had it for a long time and you're looking for your entry point, that this is what I found to be it. And maybe I should share, like, why did I make this pivot? I mean, many of you may know me from the, owning not short-term rentals, cell phone towers, commercial buildings, and all those other things. Those things it's not like those things are a thing of the past. What I found is, in teaching people who wanted to do that same thing, they often had a challenge meeting financial hurdles or credit hurdles or knowledge hurdles and experience hurdles that it's not like they couldn't be overcome, but they took so long that a lot of people wouldn't make it through the journey. And what I found is that with this whole short-term rental game, you can get there in smaller, faster steps, and you can have smaller wins along the way that give you the experience that you need so that you can go out there and crush it, so that you can become that rentalpreneur. You can become that entrepreneur you've always thought about without having to take anywhere near the level of risk that's typically required when it comes to a real estate transaction. And so you'll not only get to gain some money, but you also get to gain the experience at the same time.
Yep. All right, Susan asks.
Go ahead, Susan.
How do you feel about MailChimp?
How do I feel about MailChimp?
Well,
compared to what?
Yeah. So here's what I'll tell you, because I know what you're really asking. To set up an email template and to send a timed email, or to schedule an email to be sent out, to understand some basic information like who did the email go to, who opened it, who clicked on it, MailChimp's fine. But it's not going to be able to scale with your business. And we want to make sure that we are creating business systems that can grow from 1 unit to 50 units to 100 units and more. And so I know I've used a system that can definitely do that in active campaigns. I know Jay uses a different system, Infusionsoft, and he recommends that highly. And there's even probably 1 or 2 others that could do very well. At the end of the day, a couple of things that you want to look for are the systems that can integrate with the property management software and scale. So I know MailChimp does integrate with a lot of them, but it's not as scalable. So if it has a native integration, great. Or if you can integrate it using another third-party software called Zapier, then that works too.
Yep. And Nana says, I made the live video. Congratulations. I'm glad to hear it. I guess there is a difference catching us live as opposed to in the recording. But hey, the recordings, as many of you may have found, are being posted on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you have the ability to get over to YouTube. It's just, Cash Flow Diary. We're over there too. So that you have the ability to see what those look like after the fact as well. Now, I'm looking for more questions. I'm not seeing any.
Yes, I'm not either, but I will say this because I'm really surprised, students, that you have not put your link in there.
Oh, that's right.
We did mention earlier we're going to do one live listing review.
Yeah.
So drop your Airbnb link into the comment section, and we will review your listing. Or, Mastery students, if you don't have a listing, you can hop on Airbnb right now. And if you find a listing that you think looks okay, but you're not quite sure and you want to get some feedback on it, you can drop that link in too, and we'll just review somebody else's.
Absolutely. Jill was asking, Jill, put the link in there. We'll get there, but she's asking about the PMS replacement. So yes, many of you know that we've been working behind the scenes, testing, doing lots of demos and phone calls and stuff. We are almost ready to let you know what the property management system replacement is. I have another demo call on Thursday morning, 5:15 a.m. I believe, Pacific time. Anyway, to make sure that some of the final pieces that I know that we need will be functional with, properly functional with the system. So stay tuned for that for sure. And it is forthcoming. But if you want to ask us a question, go to cashflowdiary.com/live link. And on any on a Chrome browser, one. Simone wins.
We got one.
So did you pull it up already?
I'm pulling it up right now.
All right, hold 1 second. Let me pull up your screen. You ready? The screen's there. Ooh, look at that. That did not get formatted properly.
Okay.
Go.
More properties. More properties.
What is this?
Yes, I'm going to let Jay jump in on this because I know he's got all kinds of feedback about the photos before we even start.
Okay. As you guys know, I'm a military kid. So being a military kid, security is always paramount on my mind. I grew up overseas in Germany, to be very specific. In fact, if you're not tuned into the podcast, I actually speak in German for the first time on the podcast. So go listen. Anyway, I have trouble with exterior photos. I don't like them because they become a security risk. Okay. I don't want people, you shouldn't want people. If I was staying at your place and I know, well, rephrase, I wouldn't stay at your place because I know that there's an exterior photo and anybody could be driving by and go, ooh, that's the Airbnb house, or that's the let's go see who's there today type of thing. I don't want that. That scares the tar out of me.
Yeah. And to clarify on that point, it's not like this person has the address in the listing, but I'm going to guess, if I scroll down to the bottom, see if I guessed right, they do have it on a map, and they give specific how far away it is from very specific points of interest.
Right.
So if you are someone that has nefarious intent or malintent, you're someone who robs homes, for instance.
Yep.
It'd be very easy to drive up and down a couple of streets within that area and find the house that looks like this. And I can actually see that this is number 2. Number 1 and number 2. So this looks like it's the duplex.
Yep.
And it'd be very easy for them to then case this out and figure out when guests are there and when guests aren't there.
Yep. So yeah, so just know I'm a big no on exterior photos. Now with that being said, so we're gonna go photo. That's
a cell phone photo.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it is in landscape mode.
Okay. Yes, it is in landscape mode. You get points for that. Good job.
It's very everything. Blurry, bad lighting. It's a cell phone photo, and that's what your cell phone photo is going to look like. Yeah. You want your guests to have an amazing impression.
And that's the first one.
And that's the first one.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, in this first one, I see all kinds of things that are wrong. I see candles in the background.
Are those dead flowers?
Where?
On the table, yeah.
No, they're not dead. They're just blurry.
Oh.
But
okay, and you also have an issue because your television is not mounted.
Right.
Unless you want your television to, not be there later, I suggest you mount it for sure.
Yeah. I see the candles in the background, which are a fire
hazard. Is that
hazard.
a ceiling fan with only 2 blades?
Yes, it is a fan with only.
Is it broken?
Design though.
I've never seen it
that
that. Okay.
You need to get out and go do some.
I've seen threes, and I've seen more than threes. I've just not seen twos.
Yes, I see lots of breakables too. Any kid can walk by these things. Your vase, your plants, knock them off. Live plants as well. I personally love them for my own home, but I wouldn't put them in a rental because that's just one more thing that needs to be maintained and taken care of. That will probably die, or get knocked over and spill water all over the place.
Let's go to the next one. We're not okay. Yeah,
we already talked about that.
Next,
so moving on.
Okay. I guess you're just trying to tell me that there's stairs on the interior, so that's interesting. That's
your entryway.
What?
That's an entryway.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a welcome mat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably have one door that opens up to a downstairs unit, and this opens up to a upstairs unit.
Keep going.
See?
Got it.
So they have a little seating area, place where you can take your shoes off and I guess store your bike.
Are you providing that bike? Or are you storing that bike? Because right now I don't know. Like, is this a full-time short-term rental, or are you saying we have bikes for rent? Because if you don't have bikes for rent and you have that there, that doesn't need to be there.
False expectations.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not even going to talk about the fact that, well, it's lit very improperly. But we're just going to let that sit for now. If that's going to be the photo that you're after. Let's keep going.
Why would you want to relax in the foyer?
I don't know. I thought it was.
I mean, my shoes off in the foyer.
Is this a? I don't.
Oh, bike also available for your enjoyment. I guess we could.
Are you insured for that? That's now my question.
Yeah.
Did you check that on your insurance? I mean, it's not that you can't have it. I just want to make sure if you are doing that, make sure that you have the insurance for it.
And are you going to maintain it? Because as soon as that breaks, are you going to?
And why is there only one bike? Are you I mean, you have what looks to be a large space, so you probably should have more than one bike. That coffee table's cluttered, just not staged right.
Yep.
At all. Are you serving alcohol? Is this or this?
Yeah, that's a bottle of wine.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah.
I would say it's super important, guys, that your guest, whatever you show in your pictures, is going to expect to be there, whether it's stated in your listing or not.
Right.
If you show a bottle of wine, if I rent your place, I'm expecting there to be a bottle of wine.
Got it. Yeah, she says.
Otherwise, it's going to be called misleading.
Yeah, that's the challenge is that. Plus, again, I get that you like plants. I'm getting that sense. But you got to think about maintaining them. I see 3 plants in that one photo. I don't know if they're live or dead, but either way it goes, it's still something there. Plus, you never, ever, ever, and let me say this again, never, ever want to give your guest anything that they can light on fire. Okay? I see 5 candles, or at least what I think are 5 candles in that one photo. And before you go there, no, you can't even give them the fake candles that work with a battery, because I have come back. We tried that and we still found evidence where people were trying to light the fake candles with batteries on fire. All right. You can't do it because people think they're candles, and I don't want open flame in the house, and neither should you.
You know what? I know that there's all kinds of cultural and language barriers in this business, but I gotta believe that if someone's trying to light a mechanical device on fire, or electronic device on fire, they're probably smoking something in the apartment they shouldn't have. I'm just going out on a limb on that one.
Yeah. No.
Okay, we got a galley kitchen that looks like it is ripe to be.
I'm beginning to think that this is their home.
It is.
That they don't. Okay, so that's really what I'm beginning to think. And okay, so what we have to do is, if you're going to use the place where you actually live, you've got to prepare it for someone else and show it in the state that it needs to be. I get where you're going, but showing all of this extra stuff actually becomes something of a turnoff for someone wanting to rent it, because you need to show as vanilla a shell as possible, but that still says you are welcome. Because right now I'm getting the feeling like I'm going to be messing with your stuff. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily want to mess with your stuff. I'm bringing my own stuff for however long I'm staying there. And I don't know how comfortable I feel, like, even looking at this kitchen, like, I don't want to touch anything, because I'm like, well, she knows where her stuff goes.
Yeah. I mean, just from an operations perspective, I see like everything that's gonna get broken.
You mean the teapots?
Like everything.
Okay.
Like literally, if someone's
Yeah.
standing washing dishes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
turns around too fast and bumps that shelf, you
Yeah,
got 7 champagne glasses on the floor.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
skip that.
That's the same story. That's a cell phone photo and it's blurry. Because and
I think
so
they're all cell phone photos and they're all blurry.
yeah, well, this one they're trying to show the desk. Okay, so here's a thing on composition. Let me help you out a little bit. I'm gonna make this photo a little bit larger so everybody can see it. All right. So over on the left, you can see where it says office desk area to work, which is great. I get the fact that you're trying to show the office desk, but what you're actually showing is the floor. This is really more the eyes go towards white space or things that are the lightest color in a photo, and this is not a picture of the desk. The desk happens to be in the photo, which is okay, wonderful, but from a composition standpoint, people don't see that. They just don't see that desk sitting in the corner that is poorly lit. Okay, I think you've gotten the fact that we're strongly recommending professional photos. I hope you've gotten that.
I think all the feedback we've given already is very relevant. Still, it's cluttered. It's not clean. The photo's not right. The camera's not even straight.
What kind of bed is that? It looks like a larger than normal bed. That's like bigger than. But it looks bigger than a king.
Wait, no, it says Cal King right there.
But it's still
yeah, that's the bed I have. That's the size I have in my house.
Okay, and the angles are.
Yeah, it's just the angle.
Okay. Oh, that's a good photo.
Toiletries.
But that's a good photo. That's the best photo we've seen so far.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
The idea is correct.
Yeah.
The execution is suffering.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes.
What they were really trying to do was bring the foreground into focus and have the background blurred out, and they have everything kind of blurred.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
But kudos to them.
But hold on, go back. And for your toiletry kits, guys, be careful of things like mouthwash because they contain alcohol. Again, especially if you have children, these again flammable things. I don't like mouthwash.
There are some mouthwashes that don't have alcohol. I believe Crest is one.
Totally understood. Yeah. I saw it. I just figured I'd want to mention it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, now in the next photo is where you actually see how the room is laid out in the real dimensions.
Okay.
More seating areas. That's good.
Yes, that does give you a different angle, but I understand when you're taking photos of interior real estate is a right angle thing. We stand, okay? The way I'm looking at this, I'm feeling like, is this a fun house? I'm getting dizzy because the walls are slanted. There are just things that are just not technically correct, which gives me the wrong feeling. What is that?
There's a light bulb that's out.
Oh, that's a light bulb. Yes, that's right. That's a light bulb that's out. So make sure that your light bulbs are working. And again, I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. When you have your photos taken, change them to what are known as daylight balanced light bulbs. Kelvin temperature is 5,500. If you know what I mean, it makes your photos look better, especially when you have other light sources in this. And I see 3, 4 light sources, 5 light sources in this photo. And you have looks like 3 different color temperatures going on, and that's a challenge.
And if you don't know what he means, just look at the box when you pick up your bulbs at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yes.
Or Costco or whatever wholesale store you go to.
Yeah. Keep going. What's that?
Is that a massage room?
That's what it looks like.
That literally looks...
That's what I think. It looks like a massage room. You're right.
Yeah.
Is that what it says? Vibrant art home life. I don't know.
No. Wrong tag for it.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's just a guest room, I guess. Moving on.
Oh, okay. Washer and dryer. All right. Okay, when you're taking photos of the bathroom, we always want to see the shower. See the shower, because first of all, when you have poorly lit photos, it makes things look dirty even when they're not. I'm not saying your bathroom is dirty. I'm saying dark photos make bathrooms look dirty, floors look dirty, sheets, towels, everything look dirty. When you have it closed, I now start wondering, is your toilet broken? Is the shower broken? What does it look like? Because it looks like you're trying to hide something. Not saying you are. I'm saying that's the impression that you give your potential guest.
Or on the flip side of that, if you have a great shower head, that's a selling point.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a marketing point. So make sure
Is there no vanity mirror in that bathroom?
That would be correct unless it's off to the right.
Okay.
Which we don't know.
Yeah.
And there's no shelf either or anything for
towels
or for to store a blow dryer.
Yeah.
Or for women to put their makeup on or whatnot.
We don't know. Maybe there
could be a man putting makeup on, but there's no
Yeah.
shelf to put your makeup on.
There's no. That photo has. I mean, well, that has no purpose. I don't even know what that's. What?
Oh, this is a screenshot from her iPad. Okay. I don't know why you wouldn't just download the photo
Yeah.
and then upload it to Airbnb.
Yeah. Let's keep going. That does not need to be there. It's not helping you at all.
Okay.
That's not helping you.
They say fresh chives. Oh, I guess the chives are on the right and left, along with your bell pepper.
That's a backyard, I think.
Looks like it.
Got to clean that sucker up.
Relax. This does not look relaxing.
No.
Okay, let's go to the
rest of the listing. Let's see what we got.
I'm going to put some dates in here and see what kind of pricing we have set up. I will put 4 days, 5 days, whatever I put in there, and I'm going to add some guests. Okay, so before I add the guests, it looks like we're at $120 a night for 4 nights is the average, the cleaning fee. So let's add 3 adults and 2 children because you can put 5 guests total. And let's see if that $120 per night goes up at all.
Sure. $15.
$135. So $15 per night.
It sounds like it's after 4. No, after 5?
No, it's after 4.
It's after 4, but after 4 what? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why you would do it for after 4 people, but
unless it's like $5, then it's after 3.
So
or after 2.
What we're getting at, guys, is you have the ability to make more money on extra guests, and it's not just about making more money on extra guests. It's about pricing your unit the right way so that it's highly listed on the search results page.
Yeah.
So one of the filters that people will use is price low to high. So they put their search in, they'll put in Richmond. I'm assuming this is Richmond, Virginia. They'll put in Richmond. They'll look for a house for 2 bedrooms or more, 5 guests, hit the search results, and then they'll say, okay, I want to filter these or show these low to high.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a good pricing strategy, you will typically be on, I don't know if lower end is the right way to say it, but you'll be shown favorably, and then you make your money up.
You'll be
and things like extra guest fees.
Yeah.
Totally. So for me, in this, I would list 2 people, and then over 2 people would be somewhere between $15 and $20 a day. So that $120 rate, in this instance, you have 3 extra people at $20 at $60. It's $180 a night, which is way off from $135. I might even list it at $110, which would allow my house to be ranked higher in the search results. And then again, $20 per person over 2 people. In this instance, it'd be $60 plus $110 is $170. So she's missing out on $35 a night, potentially on the scenario that is provided you over a 4-night period.
Yep.
So that's real money. That's literally a whole night worth of revenue.
Yeah. Plus, as we continue to scroll down, if you're looking at it where it says 2-bedroom, the way you formatted your text, it's not humans. We like to scan things, and when we see big blocks of text like that, we skip them. And again, all of this is being offered in the sense of here's what we believe you can do to increase your income. And I'm curious to know one thing. It said how many bedroom was it? 3 bedroom?
2 bedroom.
It's a 2-bedroom and your cleaning fee is only $75. That seems a little low to me.
It could be based on geography. But what he's really getting at is make sure you're at least covering your costs on cleaning. And that's not just the cleaning company. If you're having someone professionally launder your linen.
Not money, linen.
Yeah. Linen. Then you definitely want to make sure that is in your costs as well.
Yeah.
So my cleaning cost is made up of both what I pay to our cleaners as well as what I pay to our linen person. My guess is they're eating some money in their cleaning fee.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
So enjoy Netflix and cable or music through Chromecast device in the family room. So that's very nice if they provide Netflix. That's a plus. Please enjoy. Please feel free to use yoga mat and weights located in the family. Okay. I would advise against that unless you are marketing an additional package that they could purchase that includes their own personal yoga mat and maybe like a workout towel and some water or energy bars or something like that. Kind of like a workout package, and you can make extra money doing that, and it's nice to have. But think about the fact that you might be the 40th person using that yoga mat. Kind of gross.
That was gross thought.
I also see in this description that they actually provided the Wi-Fi network and password in the public listing, which is not good at all. It's a major security issue. And you're essentially telling anyone that's ever looked at this that they can now drive by their house, which they know where it is. So all I do is drive up down a couple of streets based on the map that you provided, and the outside of the house that you know is an address of 2 and the picture of the house, obviously. And now somebody can sit outside on their computer and hack all of your guests.
Got it. They said that, okay, guys, let me know. I changed some things. I got the messages about the echo all of a sudden. I'm hoping I changed the setting. I'm hoping it fixed it. Please let me know, because we tried. And let me see. So Simone was saying there is a mirror, by the way, in the bathroom, which is good. And
jumping back on the Wi-Fi thing. Is it Simone?
Simone, Nicholas, yes.
That's information that you can provide to your guests after they've booked. And so there's quite a bit of information when you're setting up your property in Airbnb. There's quite a bit of information that you can provide to people who have actually booked the apartment. This is one of them, the Wi-Fi information, kind of like checking instructions too. I definitely recommend deleting this immediately.
Yeah, 100%.
You want to look at the amenities?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's make quick work of this and get to the rest of the questions and be done. In the building. Okay, your dryer's confusing. It says in the building, free or for a fee.
That's just it's. She doesn't have anything. That's a checkbox in Airbnb.
Okay.
Yeah. In other words, we're just saying yes, we have one.
Anything crossed out? Looks fine.
Yep, all the basics are there. Keypad, check yourself in the home with the door code. And hopefully that's a unique door code for every guest that comes.
Right.
Make sure that every reservation has a unique door code and you're erasing the previous one.
She said the echo is back. How can the echo be back? I don't know. I need an audio guy.
Okay, I see safety features, carbon monoxide detector, and smoke detector. I do not see fire extinguisher or first aid kit. You can get a fire extinguisher at Home Depot, any home improvement store, any wholesale store, anywhere between $25 and $40. And you can get a first aid kit on Amazon for $15 or $20. I would definitely add those on there.
I'm trying. I don't know if the echo is still there, guys. We're trying to. The echo is only on Robert's mic.
Only when Robert is speaking.
Did you get closer to your
How
mic?
about I do that? Do you hear it now?
Oh gosh.
Okay. Sleeping arrangements. Bedroom one king bed, one air mattress. Bedroom two single beds, and common space with 2 couches. What is not clear to me is if those couches are.
I'm assuming they're not.
Sleeper sofas. I'm assuming they're not, and I would not list them there because you only say 5 people are allowed in your listing. And so you would assume that 2 people take the king bed, and then someone takes the air mattress and the 2 single beds.
Oh, I see.
I would also consider where you put that air mattress, and how you list it. I would list it in bedroom 2 or in common area spaces. and not in the king bed, because people are automatically going to assume, oh, I have to have it there, and a couple is not going to want to share the room if they don't have to.
Got it. So I'm gonna cut your mic because 1 2 1 2. Okay, so it's just we'll put it right there, and we'll
share. We're good like that.
Okay. So
that's all I have on this listing. I think there's a lot to work on.
I'm starting to feel bad because I'm just like there's just a lot to work on. There's just a lot to work on. But at the same time, you're obviously making some money. So we just think you could be making more, like probably a lot more.
House rules, you need to work on that one, because you're leaving far too much to the imagination.
That's all that's there.
That's all that's there.
Check-in time is 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Interesting. Self-check-in with the keypad. So interesting. How do you do checkout by 11 and check in by 2? That's a very tight window. I mean, if you're that efficient, that's awesome.
Well, if they only have one listing.
Oh, okay.
If they only have 1 or 2 or 3 listings.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's semi-possible.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
That's what we have for that one. Hopefully that was helpful. It gave you some actionable steps. Hope your feelings aren't hurt. We didn't mean to if they are. Again, I know we say this a lot. We give as much information as we can to make sure that you're setting proper expectations with your guests and making as much money as possible.
Yeah. Okay, so let's let me see. Steve McBride, what property management software is working best for short-term rentals at the present time? Stay tuned, Steve. We are getting to the final stages of doing some reviews on that. I have, like I said earlier, we have another demo that we are doing on Thursday morning.
How about Ladero Wharf?
What is your opinion?
Slightly remember a conversation on using all flat sheets instead of fitted sheets. Could we revisit that conversation, specifically highlighting the benefits of using one type of sheet? Go.
It would just be an operational issue at the end of the day. I can't remember where there's a YouTube video that demonstrates how to use, I think it was 3 flat sheets. Oh, sorry. There's a YouTube video that demonstrates how to do that. I just don't remember where that YouTube video is at the moment. I believe Lorena Lynn is the one who found it, and she had posted it in the group. So do a search inside the Facebook group, Ladero, and you'll see that there was a video about using the 3 flat sheets.
Yep. But the practicality of it is when a fitted sheet gets ruined, or let's say you run out of fitted sheets for some reason, you can tell your cleaning staff that's fine. Just use 2 flats.
Yep. Let me see what else we got here. We are considering converting our 2-bedroom, 2-bath units to become a part of the family collections. How would you go about making this decision? Should we split test? Hey, if being a part of the collection should only expand your visibility, so go for it. Period. Nothing else to say. Make it happen. Looking for other questions. I don't see any more. Do you?
No, but Simone says, no, I don't feel bad. I really appreciate the feedback.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better. I
can sleep now tonight.
I was like, man, she's like totally, she volunteered.
I'll have to get some hearts on that one.
And I'm like trying to find something positive to say.
Love it.
You know, so thanks, Simone, for letting us help you. Yes.
I did not see any other questions.
All right, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, as normal, it's been fun serving you. Thank you for the opportunity to influence you. Again, to remind those of you who may have been here just for the first time. Hold on. Robert just found a question.
It wasn't a question. It was Sarah Kingston's why.
Oh,
which is super important.
Oh, okay. Let's. What does it say?
So I know. Let's read it. It says, my why. I was coming to realize that my chosen profession, dentistry, was not going to allow me to spend the time I wanted to spend doing the things I love doing. I'd still be doing a one-to-one trade of my time for money. So when I went to Jay's webinar last fall, I first heard about the STR business. I jumped in, and also because I was already bored after 2 months in Minot, North Dakota.
Yeah, Minot's pretty cold.
The biggest key into that, guys, is that Sarah realized that there was a one-to-one trade for her time to her income. And we want to make sure that if we're going to trade time, we're making a lot of money for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for those of you want to know about the presentation that she's referring to, you can go to cashflowdiary.com/star. Again, that is cashflowdiary.com/star. I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with us, to listen, to learn. For those of you who are watching this later on Facebook, come and join us, cashflowdiary.com/mastery. Join the Facebook group. At a minimum, that's the least you can do. But if you'd like to learn, you can obviously take advantage of the presentation as well. Nonetheless, it's been fun serving you guys today. I thank you for that opportunity, and look forward to talking to you soon. Until next time.
Jay Massey is a full-time real estate investor. He's an entrepreneur.
He also teaches people how to find deals, raise capital for real estate investments.
Meeting Jay Massey in person, you'd think he's just a regular guy. He's got jeans and a t-shirt on and a pair of sneakers. But he's built up a multi-million-dollar empire.
I hope you do have an empty notebook because it's going home filled.
Jay gives back so much value that I've never seen.
Now, at this moment, when I'm looking at the kitchen, things are going through my head.
You want to be friends with him, and he treats you like you're the only person in the room, even though it's for the benefit of everybody.
This is how, when you ask yourself, how does Jay do it? This is how.
He tells people that they have to take action, and they have to take action now. I took the action, and the results have paid off.
What happens when the marketplace understands who we are and how we go out there?